Hey everybody, this is Sandler Francois of Premier Paralegal, aka your favorite divorce professional. I hope this is catching you in the best of spirits. I want you to have a great day. I always like to start off like that before we get into it. Thanks so far for the great comments, feedback, the subscriptions, getting tons of emails with questions, and I'm loving it and I'm really appreciating it, knowing that the work being put forth is actually fun. And it's paying off in ways that are helping a lot of people. And some people are even sharing it with friends and family, people that we provided services to in the past are forwarding it and say, so-and-so sent this to me. This is great. And I appreciate the compliments. And I appreciate some of the critiques. None are too harsh. None are really negative. They're just suggestions on how to improve lighting, tone of my voice and what have you. So that's cool. But let's get into it, because that's not what I'm really checking in with you about. I wanted to talk to you about, what was it? Divorce with no signature. You'll see signs everywhere. You'll see articles, ads in the classified section of your newspaper saying divorce with no signature, divorce with no signature, and a nice real low price attached to it. The price doesn't matter to me today. You can pay whatever you want to pay. But I want to procedurally, and from my experience, over 20 years experience, talk about what it means with divorce with no signature. Now, mind you, let me also include, this is not legal advice. I'm not your attorney. This is not to replace the formal, what am I supposed to say? The words of a professional attorney that you paid and is giving you counsel. Listen to them. If you paid them, you must believe in them to some extent. So work with them. I'm just giving you my over 20 years of experience navigating through the court system, working with many law firms, working with attorneys and working with the public, and preparing, filing, and processing successful divorces. All right. And we've done 1,000 so far in the past year, year and a half, actually. I was counting. And here we go. Divorce with no signature. What we're talking about here, while many think you can just go ahead and get divorced without your spouse knowing, the court would say, you can't do that. Look at it like this. You didn't get married and your spouse didn't know about it. So how are you going to get divorced and your spouse not know about it? The court, if you went to the court, they would tell you, especially if you went to the Office of Self-Represented, aka the pro se room in every court in New York State, what they would tell you is divorce with no signature means that while your spouse does not have to sign, if you read about this, you'll see that they still have to be informed. You still have to have them informed that the divorce was happening. So they'd have to be served by a process server or someone over the age of 18. You want to make sure there are no conflicts with respect to the person you're using to serve them. So, but divorce without a signature does not mean you can simply divorce and your spouse not know. I mean, that's not fair. Would you want that to happen to you? But let's get right into it. So they'd have to get served. And as long as they wouldn't contest, procedurally speaking, as long as they didn't contest and want to fight you out in court and make this into some really weird, awkward drama like on TV, then the divorce is pretty much done and it's just a matter of paperwork. You file it and it's out of the way, especially if there's no kids. It's that much easier if there are no kids, all right? Because just as valuable as kids are, the burden of kids can place a burden on your divorce being done, hopefully, in a simple manner. It tends not to be, but it still can, but that's not the case. But divorce without signature does not mean your spouse doesn't know that they're going to sign. What it does mean is that your spouse is being made aware. Because otherwise, if they're not made aware, and I've met people who have found this and said, I'm divorced, but I didn't find out until now, and the divorce took place 3 years ago. And maybe there were assets, maybe there was a house, maybe there was alimony they could have been entitled to, or child support. Well, you don't need to be a lawyer to figure out that that's fraud. You're definitely breaking the law. And I'll stop right there, because the weird feeling and the uncomfortable feeling of you breaking the law and committing fraud should be enough to make you try to correct your ways or try to figure out how to fix what you probably did. If you are someone who has done this or know someone who has done this, the deception is already something that should be troubling in your spirit, you know, because you got married in innocence and faithful compassion, love, and great feelings. You know, the roses and the angels were flying around. So now that things are a little rough, you want to do it without them knowing. Whether it's for revenge or simply because you say you can't find them. And if you can't find them, there's another video I'll do about that. What to do if you can't find your spouse. If you really can't find them, there's ways to go about that. And if you don't want to wait for the video, again, go to the county clerk in the court in your borough and explain to them the situation. They're very helpful clerks. I love the clerks in all the courts. They're very helpful. Even when they have bad days, they tend to be helpful. But you want to seek them out for assistance if you cannot find your spouse and you can't afford an attorney, because they can help you guide through certain parts of the process. But again, you didn't marry them with them not knowing, so why would you try to divorce them without knowing? Yes, it may be uncomfortable. Yes, you may be springing it on them. You may have told them you loved them yesterday, but really you were planning a divorce all along. But I mean, we're adults, right? So let's get past this hard part. Your life is greater than this one moment that may be uncomfortable. If anything, isn't it pain that helps you to grow? So you don't want to divorce without your spouse knowing. Divorce with no signature does not mean, and you should not be tricked by the companies and the people and the friends and the internet advertisements that you might see that makes it seem so easy, because it's not. Because if you did it in a way that's fraudulent and deceptive, the only person that'll pay is you. Got it? That's it. Subscribe. Share this with a friend. Comment. Tell me what you think. Let me know what other topics you'd like to hear. And until next time, be well and enjoy your life. It's really the only one you have.